A few days ago I uploaded a video exactly within these levels saying that the bottom is in and that you shouldn't exit the crypto market. Yes, it was very unfortunate because we saw this major dump towards the downside, this major black swan event caused by uncertainty, fear in the overall financial market and especially in the news. And a few days later, 5 days to be precise, we can see that Solana is all the way back up at this major level. Yes, the 61.8, and we've been talking about the 61.8 as a potential price target if we're going to break the 38.2. This was in the previous video exactly here, where I told you that we're most probably going to see a sideways consolidation, but ultimately the next price target is going to be the 61.8, and we perfectly reached the price target. And yes, this was also the buying area where I told you to load up on Solana, and I got a lot of hate in this video. Don't exit, the bottom is in, saying that this didn't age well and maybe you should delete this video, and I put my money where my mouth is. So yes, you didn't lose anything if you just would have held your crypto during this major fear and uncertainty in the market, because we can see that Solana came all the way back up into our buying area. So ultimately guys, this was a major discount, a major fast discount, and this was also exactly what I told you that we could expect for Bitcoin if we're going to break this range towards the downside, that this is going to be an extreme fast move. And yes, I said it here exactly within these levels, if we should break the 200 moving average, that this is going to be a fast move. And yes, I was absolutely right. And once again, as we broke here, this was a fast move all the way back down to the range low and a fast move all the way back up. But guys, we're going to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. Are we going to see this continuation from this major break of this downward sloping trend? Because this is our major indication that we could expect that once again Bitcoin is going to try to break the 60,000 US dollars and come all the way back up above this lowest monthly candle close. And yes guys, we're going to look at the news and also the charts. So if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, and welcome back to B4Crypto. And yes, the overall crypto market is getting this major move towards the upside. But before we're going to go over to the charts, let's go over to the news. And over on X we can see the long-term holder net position change. While we got liquidated trading Bitcoin futures during the recent dump to 49,000, long-term Bitcoin holders were buying. They added over 184,500 Bitcoin to their portfolios, worth around 10 billion. And yes, this is just huge guys. A lot of whales and major institutions are accumulating Bitcoin, and so should you, because over on X I posted, you worried about Germany and the US selling? Long-term Bitcoin holders have bought 23 billion Bitcoin in the past 30 days. 404,000 Bitcoin. Yes guys, this is just huge. And yes, this gives me the signal that this major dump towards the downside was only FUD driven and just to scare you out of the market, because ultimately guys, we all know where we are and we all know what we could expect. So ultimately guys, this was just absolutely right, this video. Don't exit, the bottom is in. Yes, the bottom is in, even though we saw this major FUD, and you should just ignore this major FUD, fear, uncertainty and doubt, because ultimately on the 4-hour chart we can exactly see that Bitcoin reached the 50 moving average, and this was also our price target from the previous video, because we looked at the fibs all the way from the top all the way to the swing low, and it perfectly lines up with the 50 moving average and also the 50% Fibonacci retracement level, exactly at the level of 59,500 US dollars, exactly within this zone. And yes, we can see that this lowest monthly close on the monthly chart, we can perfectly see that the candles closed exactly here. And yes, we still have 23 days left for the price movement to come back above this major zone, so that we could expect that yes, this has been the low and that we could expect this continuation even higher. But let's go back on the 4-hour chart, because yes, ultimately the next price target for Bitcoin in the immediate short term is first of all going to be the psychological level of 60,000 US dollars, and I think this is going to be imminent. Yes guys, we could expect this major pump all the way back up to the 61.8, which perfectly lines up with this red line, the 200 moving average at the 62,400 US dollars. So I believe this is going to be a fast move, maybe even come all the way back down and bounce off from this lowest monthly close. And the next price target is going to be the 78.6 at the levels of 65,000 US dollars, which is also an extremely important level, because on the daily chart, if we're going to zoom out, because clearly on the daily chart we can see that the 65,000 US dollars is exactly the 100 moving average, and this major mid-range from this overall consolidation from the previous all-time high all the way to the range low. Yes, we can see that Bitcoin was trading within this massive zone, and this is exactly where we can see the major moving averages are. So yes, we can either consolidate over the price, this means a fast movement towards downside and a quick recovery all the way back up, or we can consolidate over time, and this is exactly what we saw. Yes, the moving averages came all the way back up to the price movement and are really consolidating at this mid-range. And yes, this was just major FUD to drive you out of the market so that you're going to sell your Bitcoin to these major institutions, corporations, and even governments that are scooping up all of these cryptocurrencies exactly at this major dump. And that's why it's really important to have the right mindset to accumulate when the markets are down, and don't panic sell, because yes, the price comes all the way back up and maybe you sold exactly at this dump at these lower levels, because remember, if the price movement dumps this fast, maybe even overnight, and you only see that your coins are down exactly here, you're going to sell exactly at the bottom or close to the bottom, and the price movement recovers and you're going to buy higher as you initially bought. So ultimately guys, during this major fearful moments, the best thing to do is accumulate dollar cost average in all of these firm projects. You can either accumulate or trade Bitcoin to get a passive income. And yes, at this major dump, I took 8 Solana exactly at the bottom and I opened a 2x position on Solana. And yes, you can see all of these buying orders. All of these B's stand for the positions that I've added, and at the moment I have 16 Solana in this position, so I'm long with 16 Solana and accumulating, because exactly in these regions you can see that I'm taking profits. Yes, I'm taking profits because yes, I'm adding to my positions exactly all the way up, and then I took some profits, so I turned 8 Solana into 13 Solana. Yes, in this major fearful moment where everybody was extremely fearful. And if you want to trade crypto on the spot market or even with a leverage, go down in the video description below where you can sign on Bybit, and with only my link you can receive a free position, a free trade worth 500 USDT if you're going to deposit 100 US dollars using my link, and then you get this airdrop of this 500 US dollar position. So make use of this free money. But if you want to trade without any KYC, make sure to sign up to BloFin. And yes, we also opened a long position on Solana. Yes, our stop loss is already in profit all the way up here, because we saw this major push on Solana all the way to the $162 level. Our take profit is all the way up here at the 180 US dollars. So yes, we could expect a small consolidation and a small retracement before we're going to get this continuation. But if we're going to get this dump and maybe even a retest of this major previous resistance, we have our stop loss in profit. So yes, this is an absolutely free trade, and I also posted this trade in my Signal group. So if you want to earn some passive income and copy all of my trades, go down in the video description below, sign up to my free Telegram group where I always keep you up to date, even as we broke this trend, new videos that I upload, and also news that are hitting the market, like Japanese public company Metaplanet secures $1 billion loan to buy more Bitcoin. So ultimately, the signal is clear guys, you need to accumulate Bitcoin, and not only Bitcoin, also Solana, because ultimately we saw this major reversal all the way from this bottom at this major fearful moment, and like we talked about in the previous video, we came all the way up to the 61.8, and yes, we could expect a small retracement and a continuation all the way back up. Let's just look at this retracement levels that we could expect for Solana. So we're going to remove the Fibonacci retracement level and take it from the bottom all the way to the swing high, and ultimately guys, we could even expect that Solana is going to come all the way back down to the $151 level, bounce from previous resistance exactly here, and see this continuation even higher, because I expect that we're going to come all the way back up to the previous swing high and ultimately break the previous high. And yes, we could expect that Solana is going to get this massive pump all the way to the $1,000 and why I'm explaining in the previous video. So guys, if you didn't watch this video, make sure to subscribe, smash up the like button, but most importantly guys, you need to dollar cost average into Solana and also Bitcoin, because we could expect this continuation because we broke this trend towards the upside on the 4-hour chart. So yes, the next levels are going to be extremely clear. We broke the 50 moving average for Bitcoin, and the next level is going to be the $60,000 and ultimately the $62,000. Yes, maybe we're going to see a lot of volatility in the markets exactly within this zone. But yes, the bottom is in, and use this opportunity to dollar cost average in all of these firm projects, because on the daily chart we saw this major pump for SUI, AR, Solana, Filecoin, but on the weekly chart you can see that all of these coins are still at a discount, still. So dollar cost average, and guys, make sure to use this free money that you can get by signing up with Bybit or even with BloFin. But most importantly, if you want to profit on all of these short-term moves, make sure to be in my Signal group where I post all of my trades. And guys, we all know what's going to happen after the Bitcoin halving, stage 2 of the bull market, this parabolic stage of the bull market leading all the way to a new all-time high. So yes, this is going to be your last chance to accumulate before this major parabolic run. And with all this bullish news that we can see in the markets, all of these major whales are accumulating, and we can also see that Brazil approves first spot Solana ETF. And yes, we can see that the US government is getting ready to print money. The United States of America is about to launch a 50 billion treasury buyback program, 8.5 billion buyback in August, 31.5 billion buyback in September, and 10 billion buyback in October. The printers are back on. Yes guys, this ultimately means that the government is printing money, and all of this money is going to flow into Bitcoin or parts of it. And yes, we could expect this continuation all the way back up to this major levels. And if we're going to come all the way back into this range, this is going to mean, yes guys, we are back in this bullish trend, and the overall trend has turned around, and this was just a major fall in the market. And like I said, don't exit, the bottom is in, dollar cost average, because this is going to be the ride of your lifetime, a major bull run that is starting exactly now. If you missed stage 1, you are exactly at the right point for this major stage 2 of the bull market. So if you missed all of these videos guys, make sure to subscribe, smash up the like button, and make sure to tune in tomorrow, because I'm going to launch a video which blue chip you should definitely hold in your portfolio. So guys, make sure to be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.